Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to another sexy Saturday. As indicated by the title of this video, people are still in denial about Bill Nye's sex spectrum. The inspiration for today's video is a comment that I received on a previous video of mine titled, "Bill Nye is right about the sex spectrum." Let's have a look at that comment.
Again, even if someone is born with sexual defects, doesn't mean that they are on a gender spectrum. They are still male or female. Your opinion can't change that.
I assume the sexual defects that this individual is referring to are the same ones mentioned by Hunter Avallone here.
These abnormalities cause learning disabilities, infertility, and small testicles.
This, of course, is not a complete or fully revealing list of symptoms experienced by these individuals, so let's have another look at that chart. Notice how it says these ones down here are female-specific, while these ones are male-specific. And this leaves me kind of scratching my head, wondering, well, what method of classification was used to arrive at the conclusion that these are males and these are females? Are they going off of phenotype, genotype, or brain type? Keeping in mind, of course, that these different types are found in actual science textbooks, actual medical textbooks. It's not like there's something that were just invented by PC liberals or LGBT SJWs. But for anyone that needs to have these types broken down and more thoroughly explained, phenotype has to do with physical attributes observable to the outside world. This includes especially, but is not necessarily limited to, genitalia. Now, I'll understand if it seems weird to think of your genitalia as being observable to the outside world. After all, we usually have that covered with clothes. But when we are born, we're not wearing clothes, we're naked, and anyone watching the birth can see our genitalia. If they see a dick and balls, they say it's a boy, which of course is a gendered identity for someone considered to be a young male. If they see a vagina, they say it's a girl, a gendered identity for a young female. And if all goes normally and according to the usual expectations, then the boy, as he ages and starts going through puberty, will grow body hair and facial hair and develop a deeper, more masculine voice. Meanwhile, the girl will experience whitening of the hips, growth of breasts. So what about genotype? What's going on with that? Genotype has to do with what's going on at a genetic level, has to do with the chromosomes. XY chromosomes are considered to be male chromosomes, whereas XX chromosomes are considered to be female. The reason XY is considered male and XX is considered female, well, that has to do with the usual phenotype that we see associated with that genotype. So what about brain type? What the hell is going on with that, right? That's got to be really hard to explain, right? Well, brain type, that has to do with the kidneys. Yes, that is in fact a joke. Obviously, brain type has to do with the brain. Now, I'm not going to go over the long list of differences between male brains and female brains. Suffice it to say, there's different kinds of brains associated with people who are phenotypically and genotypically male versus those who are phenotypically and genotypically female. So, back to our chart. I'm not going to mess with these ones down here. I mainly want to focus on the double XY and the triple XY. Why the hell are double XY and triple XY being considered males exclusively? It occurs to me that whoever came up with this chart might be just going off the fact that they have Ys and figuring that they need to be grouped into either male or female, so they go with male. But that approach neglects to account for all the extra X's. Remember, the male genotype is XY, and the female genotype is XX. So double XY has a Y, like we associate with males, but it also has two X's, like we associate with females. This is not exclusively a male genotype. It's a blend of male and female. Similarly, when we look at triple XY, it starts with two X's, like with females, but ends with an X and a Y, like with males. It is a combination of both male and female. Also, there's such a thing as quadruple XY, which starts with the double X female genotype, followed by another double X female genotype, and then finally the Y. So these different forms of Klinefelter syndrome, the double XY, triple XY, and quadruple XY, are based on different combinations of the male genotype with the female genotype. So genotypically, they're not exclusively male. They are both male and female, combined. So you could say that their genotype is intersex. Double XY, triple XY, quadruple XY, those are all different intersex genotypes. Now, there's been some quibbling over semantics with regard to the proper usage of the term intersex. Does Klinefelter syndrome really qualify? Well, in the modern day, this term intersex is used largely as a sort of umbrella term for any kind of mismatching of the male and female sex characteristics. So Klinefelter syndrome certainly qualifies. So now that we've established that people with Klinefelter syndrome are genotypically intersex, well, what's going on with them phenotypically, right? Maybe we can still defend this perspective that they're exclusively male if we can determine that they only have male phenotypic traits. But even the chart says that breast enlargement is one of the traits. People with Klinefelter syndrome also sometimes have wider, more feminine hips, or they develop feminine vocals. In fact, the reason some Klinefelter folk look as masculine as they do is because they take testosterone injections. And some people with Klinefelter syndrome are born with genitalia that is just downright ambiguous. Like, doctors can't tell what they're looking at. Is it a penis? Is it a vagina? You know, sometimes it looks like it's some kind of blend of both. So in the past, it's actually been pretty common that children born with Klinefelter syndrome undergo some kind of operation in an attempt to make it so that they can grow up as a normal boy, or as it turns out in some cases, as a normal girl. But these attempts at normalcy often run into complications, especially around puberty, when they start developing more sex-related characteristics. In one of the many documentaries about this stuff that I found here on YouTube, there was a couple of individuals talking about how when they were children, they identified as boys, but when they started going through puberty, they started developing more feminine characteristics, growing breasts, that sort of thing. And they decided then it would be better to identify as girls. So that chart indicating that people with Klinefelter syndrome are exclusively male is wrong. Genotypically, they're a combination of both male and female. Phenotypically, they're a combination of both male and female. In fact, this also means that it is empirically and demonstrably false that male and female are the only two options, as if everyone in existence is either exclusively male or exclusively female. Truth is, it's possible to be a combination of both. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.